Jimmy Dirks here with the Training Division. Today we're going to be providing an instructional video on Red Hat firefighter operations for elevator systems, and we're also providing a little bit of instruction on how to complete the monthly elevator inspection firefighter operation systems for the Station 45 ThyssenKrupp elevator. The keys for our elevator rescue setup are located in the first out apparatuses, both the engine and the ladder, in the main compartment, passenger compartment of those apparatus, in the center roll up in the back. The complement looks like this. It's going to be a leather K-tool pouch that holds not only our elevator firefighter operation keys, but also drop key setups and key rings for elevator extrication, elevator rescue. So our keys live in those rigs with this setup. With this setup, we have a complement of 3 key systems for 3 of the most common elevator systems in our districts. We have a Dover elevator key, a ThyssenKrupp set, as well as an Otis elevator firefighter operation key. So the majority of elevators that we respond to, we probably have a key for, with those being the most common makes and models of elevators in our district. But in the event we don't have the key for a particular elevator system, those keys should be located in the Knox box setup. So on every elevator call, be sure to bring along the Knox key in case we need to get keys for that particular elevator system. So without any further ado, we are going to be using the firefighter operation systems for this elevator. And the first part is identifying the key, the ThyssenKrupp key, and turning the system to on. In the on position, the key will come out. We will have an illuminated red fire helmet, and this indicates that we have successfully entered phase 1 of the firefighter operation system. At this point, the door should open. And what this does is it recalls all the elevators in a particular bank or a single elevator to the main service floor of that system. Generally speaking, the first floor, or it may be a sub-level floor located in a parking structure underneath the building, for example. So with these doors open, the system will not function for the public. And so in instances where we're evacuating a building or we're performing rescue or firefighter operations in a building that has been evacuated, placing a system into phase 1 will make the system inoperable, therefore not allowing the public to take the elevator. So at this point, we're going to enter the elevator, identify the firefighter operations panel inside the elevator. We have the red hat illuminated in here, indicating we're in phase 1. Enter the key, open the door, and place the system into phase 2. So at this point in the on position again, the key will remain in this position until we move it to the hold position where we can pull it out. But we are now in phase 2 and we have full control of this system. So part of the checklist for this inspection asks that we enter phase 1 successfully, turn the elevator on to phase 2 successfully, and at this point attempt to select a floor in the hold position. So pressing it, it'll illuminate, but it won't stay illuminated and we can't select a floor. When we turn this phase 2 into on, we should be able to select a floor. The light will illuminate, but the doors will not close. The doors will open and close manually when we depress these 2 open-close buttons within this firefighter operation panel. So at this point, they're asking that we attempt to close the door, but don't completely close it, go about 50%, let go, close, and the door should open again completely. They ask that we now close the door entirely. We press close and hold until the door is closed completely. At this point, since we selected floor 2, that's where we're headed. Once we get to the second floor, the elevator will land, but the doors will not open. At this point, they ask that we attempt to open the doors by depressing the open button about 50%, let it go, and the doors should close again completely. The next step is press and hold open, and open the doors completely. Once we let it go, they should stay open. At this point, all those functions of moving from floor to floor, opening and closing the doors, everything's operating appropriately. At this point, the checklist asks that we turn the key to the hold position, remove the key. This elevator will remain on the second story and will only move again once we open this and turn back to the on position. Gain access again. Turn the system back to on. Close the door. Door should remain closed, and since we haven't selected the floor, we're going to remain still. The last couple checkpoints on this phase 2 inspection is that in the off position, we will get an alarm and the system's going to return to the main service level of the elevator. Our particular elevator is programmed that the doors will open and remain open in phase 2. At this point, we're going to take the system out of phase 2. To the off position, close the door, exit the elevator, turn the key to the reset position, then to the off position, remove the key. The red hat has gone off, indicating we are out of phase 1, and the elevator is returned to full service. The second part of this monthly inspection for the Station 45 elevator includes testing the two-way emergency communication system inside the elevator car. It's a 4-step checklist process to make sure that this system is functioning appropriately. Prior to filming this video, we tested it. I'm not going to test it again, but just simply run through the steps. So what it's asking us to do is enter the elevator car in a normal functional mode. We don't have to be in phase 1 or phase 2, but this system is essentially for the public that could potentially be trapped inside the elevator, and that's what we're checking to make sure is functioning. In the elevator car, we need to locate the emergency call button, which in this particular elevator is located right here on the bottom and denoted by that help symbol. When you press that button, it calls a dispatch center for ThyssenKrupp, where you will speak with a representative from ThyssenKrupp, and they will inquire about the emergency. If it is a medical emergency, you will be redirected to a dispatch center. In this instance, it would be Pickett County, and they would take it from there to page out fire service, in this instance us in our district, to go check out the elevator and assist the people that are trapped inside. We want to make sure the system's functioning appropriately. We want to make sure that volume is at an appropriate level, that the dispatcher is clearly heard and understood when we communicate with them. And when you're doing the monthly inspection, please do press that button, ensure that someone answers within 45 seconds to a minute, and make sure that you can communicate with them effectively through this system. When you do speak with them, when we're doing the monthly inspection, just inform them that we're testing the system. They should acknowledge that everything appears normal and functioning on their end, and they will simply disconnect with you. Again, this should be done every month in accordance with the state regulations for elevator systems. We do need to have this inspection done monthly. So everyone that's on shift should be trained to be able to facilitate this monthly inspection that will include on the crew monthly calendar moving forward. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to the training division, myself or Daniel Palmer, or anyone that's been trained in how to test the system at Station 45. Thanks everyone, have a great day.